Alright, Tubes, what is going on? We hopefully got something pretty entertaining for you here. We're hitching up the trailer here. This is our little homemade trailer that my dad and I built a couple years back. But anyway, we're going out to pick up a project today. It's not like a road trip or anything, but we got something kind of interesting that my dad came across on Craigslist. It's real cheap, and we love cheap, so I don't think we can pass this one up. But anyway, I figured I would take you guys along for the trip, because these trips to pick up these projects, you bring a trailer and you bring cash, and you never really know what exactly you're going to come home with. So I figured it would be interesting, and from what I gather, this guy's a bit of a character. So we're going to see what happens here. I don't think I'll film really anything on the way, because it's not really a long trip, like I said. But we'll try and film a bit when we get there, and then assuming that we come home with something, we will take a closer look when we get back. So stand by.
Not bad, Bill. Yeah.
Motorcycle radio playing that loud.
Alrighty now, so here is what we got. It is, I believe, a 1985 Honda Goldwing. It's actually a complete bike, and it really doesn't look bad. It probably looks even better on camera than it does in person. But overall, it's my dad gave me the impression that it was a lot worse than it really is. You can see up here, you got like the typical sign of a 30-plus-year-old bike. You got the seat that's a little bit worn out. It's dirty. It probably sat outside for a while. Your pinstripes and your decals are a bit faded, but overall it's not that bad. I would say the worst part of the bike is probably like these latches and whatever that's for. You got some relatively some deep pitting in the chrome there, but other than that, it really doesn't look that bad to me. The story on it is that it doesn't run. The guy had it for a number of years, and it's just been sitting. I think he said he had it in a barn. So I guess maybe we'll call this a barn find. And it's a fuel-injected bike. I think they had the option for carburation in '85, but you could also get fuel injection, and that's what whoever originally bought this bike chose. But it doesn't run. Now, from the research my dad did, he's the Goldwing expert, he's saying that a lot of times the fuel pump just goes bad on these bikes. And you can actually get a fuel pump off of I believe he said a Honda Prelude. And it's a direct replacement, and it's like I don't know, 1/10 of the price of what they want for the Goldwing fuel pump. So if that's the case, we'll probably be romping along on this thing probably within a week. Dash on this thing looks pretty futuristic. I guess overall it's at least for an '85 and for a motorcycle, I would call it a pretty complex machine. You got a lot of buttons up here. I don't really know what any of them do. It looks like you got some radio controls up here, and this looks like maybe a trip computer or something. You got fuel, trip. Looks like some settings for your dash up here. And then I guess this is some kind of storage down here. The actual dash itself, it's got power. If you turn the ignition on, we got some blinking lights, and looks like the tachometer and the speedometer just popped up there. So that seems to work. Got surround sound. You got 2 big speakers right here. You got 2 more to blast you from the back, and I think there's a big I think there's a big sub underneath it somewhere. Front of it's pretty interesting looking. It doesn't. I mean, I guess it does, but it sort of doesn't have that '80s look to it. It actually doesn't look too bad, in my opinion. A lot of motor vehicles from the '80s just were pretty horrible looking. This actually doesn't look too bad. You got 2 big turn signals, big headlight, got fog lights from underneath if you're traveling through some inclement weather, driving through snowstorms and whatnot. I mean, people do that with these things. These Honda Goldwings, you see people out there, they got trailers on these, and they drive them all over the place. They drive them all the way across the country. They go through snowstorms, rainstorms, tornadoes. It's crazy. But like I said, it's overall, I mean, I don't think it should be a big project. Assuming there's nothing unforeseen, like a locked up engine or a bad transmission or anything like that, it rolls, and we should be able to get this thing operational pretty soon. Now, as far as the end goal for this thing, I don't think there really is one. I think we're going to kind of just explore what can be done with it, and then go from there. Obviously, one option is just to get it running and sell it again. Another option would be to get it running and get it looking good and sell it again. Or maybe we'll just end up keeping it. Who knows? The idea of this whole type of motorcycle was just amusing to me. It's just it's like a whole different ball game, because I always rode dirt bikes my whole life, so I never like dealt with anything like this before. So I'm actually kind of interested in it, and I do want to ride it if we get it running. But for now, it's just it's really my dad's project, because I'm usually pretty busy during the day or sleeping, because I usually work late at night. So I don't know how how detailed into the running process that I'm going to be able to get with this thing. But we will certainly keep you guys in the loop. But that's all I have to say about that for now. Hope you guys found this interesting. Let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and we will bring you more of this. Otherwise, we won't. All right, teams. See you next time.